What's up, Japanese Kit Kat bars, and welcome to Guarsenio's High School CD Booklet Review, the show where I'm going to re-listen to all the albums in my high school CD collection. My mom just found these in her basement and mailed them to me. I haven't heard them in like 15 years. Today we're talking about My Chemical Romance's I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love. Fun fact, Gerard Way and I actually went to the same college. Now, one of us has a wildly successful band and a hit TV show on Netflix, and the other has to make these kinds of videos. I wonder who will be asked to give the alumni speech. Before we get started, I just want to remind everyone that I'm going into this trying to figure out what 15, 16-year-old me would have enjoyed about these albums. This is not for adult me. Adult me is a broken man who just wants to listen to Michael McDonald and a playlist I made called Vince McMahon's Wedding. Also, I'm not going to be making fun of him for wearing makeup and suits for obvious reasons. It's against the code. I mentioned in episode 1 that most of my friends in high school were pop punk kids, so a lot of pop punk and emo was in my life, sometimes against my will. There were a few of those bands that I liked. My favorite of the bunch was probably Thursday. They were fast and catchy and had riffs, and I think that that's actually what led me to like My Chemical Romance so much, because they were basically just, what if Thursday got bit by vampires? And the answer to that question is, it's fun! This is another album I bought because I heard the second album first, really liked it, and wanted to hear the rest of the catalog. This is a fun, charming, little stinker, kids being bags of shit album. This is the audio equivalent of getting mooned by mall teens who aren't good at skateboarding yet. Whether you're a fan of it or not, each song sounds completely different from the last, and each of those elements are gonna help this band stand out and kind of become the most popular guitar-based band of the last decade, maybe the last few decades? This album cover is really funny though. I always remembered it being the shadow of a guy hanging himself, but I guess it's actually just the shadow of a Las Vegas magician. It looks like Chris Angel about to escape from a straitjacket and scare the shit out of your drunk aunt. Like, altogether, this album art looks like the end of Terminator 2, but instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's Aku from Samurai Jack. And finally, I was actually fortunate enough to be able to interview My Chemical Romance guitarist Frank Iero about what he thinks about this album all these years later.
Better than anything you ever made, jagoff.
Thanks, Frank. And that's the end of episode 4. As a treat, here's a sneak peek at page 2. Oh, the Blood Brothers, what? If you remember some old bullshit about this album or just want to throw a Naruto Hot Topic backpack at my knees, there's the comment section. Subscribe to the YouTube channel because the next 4 episodes are Atreyu, Bury Your Dead, Blood Brothers, and AFI. What the fuck?
It's 2 minutes to